Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, two graded stakes races on tap on Saturday at the Great Race Place Santa Anita, including the Grade 3 Honeymoon, carded as race number 7. This race for 3-year-old fillies going 9 furlongs on the turf. Bet this card with a DRF Bets account. Deposit $100, bet with $250. Learn all the terms and conditions at bets.drf.com. Let's meet this field of sophomore fillies. They're going 9 furlongs in race number 7. And it does appear the trainer Simon Callahan's got this field surrounded. He has the morning line favorite, Matt, in the number 6, Maxim Rate, who is a nose away from being a perfect 3-4-3 and boasts a versatile running style.
Yeah, the most recent run in that Senorita, I think that was encouraging for fans of this filly because I think she does her best running when she's coming from much farther off the pace. But the fact that there was so little pace in that run most recently at a flat mile and she was able to lay closer to it and still be able to prevail, I think that it's a feather in her cap that shows that she has the ability to adapt to sort of adverse situations. Now, having said all that, and I don't know if you agree or disagree, maybe I'm on an island here, I haven't been blown away with what I've seen from the graded stakes 3-year-old fillies in Southern California on grass thus far. I think they're fine. I think they can go out there and can certainly be competitive, but I don't know that there are any superstars just yet. So for me, coming into this race, I wanted a bit of a fresh face.
Well, they're not fast just yet, and I can certainly understand anyone going for a fresh face. I mean, Maxim Rate has got the reputation. She's yet to buy her 80 from her 3 lifetime starts, but she is versatile. She did work out a nice trip last time out. The pace wasn't fast. She sat second, she attacked, she got it done, and she's probably the horse to beat based on her consistency and her record. Callahan also has the number 8 Hostess, who pulled off a big upset when she nosed out Maxim Rate at this distance in her first start in North America in the Providencia. Now, she got a hot pace to rally into that day. That was not the case in the Senorita when Maxim Rate turned the tables. Now, Brice Blanc had Hostess sort of in between horses on the turn. It took her a while to get to the clear. Once she did, she came with a good run. I like this extra distance for her, but basically it's kind of all about pace, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you like this filly, I think you're hopeful you're going to get a very similar setup to the Providencia where there was pace. We're back out to 1 mile and an 1/8. She's going to be able to come with that big run from the back of the pack. Another one, the talent, I don't really question. I think she's very, very good. She is another one, though, that strictly speaking from a numbers standpoint, I need to see someone take a significant step forward before I really settle on anything too short a price.
Let's see if Timeform US believes that a horse like the 8 Hostess will get enough pace, and we see her lagging near the back of this field. The 4 Holly Hundy, the 7 Sold It, those two are very logical pace setters in this spot. Holly Hundy is stretching out 3/8 of a mile after winning her 2nd in a row. I did not like the field she beat in that 5 furlong race, so when these yes it's trues stretch out, I'm not a big fan. Also, Vladimir Seren's sprint to route numbers over the years, not that great, but this is a price horse in very good form.
Yeah, good form, and that's the thing. I mean, look, I'm just looking for horses coming into this race showing that they are on the winning sort of side of things. She has done that, but boy, you brought it up. I see this pedigree. I have no idea about 9 furlongs. Makes me really dubious. Then you couple that with the fact that I think she's going to have the 7 keep her some company, and I wouldn't also be surprised if Serenista, the 3 horse, is going to be a lot closer than the pace projector would suggest. I know she won 2 starts back with a glacial pace, but I think she's going to be a little bit closer than maybe what Timeform thinks.
As for Sold It, she already is a turf winner, and she got her stakes victory last time out when placed in a beautiful spot by Doug O'Neill. She was 2-5 in the Cal Oaks over the Tapeta surface at Golden Gate Fields. She was able to get out to a nice, easy, uncontested lead, and she scooted on home. With Holly Hundy in the race, it might not be this easy, but remember, this is a filly that byred 79 on turf as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing, too, although she had things go in a pretty good situation up there at Golden Gate most recently, also noting that the Timeform US situation said that the track was a little bit on the speed-friendly side, so she took advantage of that. That run 2 starts back, she was out there with a hot pace. And it makes me think that this is going to be a little bit more heated than maybe Timeform is suggesting.
And that could help the number 1 Lady Prancelot, who's at the back of the pack, and she certainly does have credentials. She has multiple graded stakes placed. I wonder how much improvement is in the tank. This will be her 13th lifetime start, and like many of these, she has yet to crack the 80 buyer plateau, but she was one that was compromised by the pace last time out in the Senorita. She ran very well to be 2nd, and if you give her some pace up front, 3rd off the layoff for Richard Baltas, you could expect a late kick.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's one that if the pace materializes, she's gonna come with that big kick at the end. But to your point, through 12 lifetime starts, how much real improvement can we expect here in start number 13? Some of these other girls, they're lightly raced. I think you can expect a forward move. This one here, I'm just not convinced that you're going to get a giant sort of jump up into the mid or high 80 range.
One of the fresh faces is the number 3, Serenista, and I think it is really a good sign that Flavien Prat takes the mount for Neil Drysdale here. This horse was offered at public auction in April, was bought back for $190,000, and we'll assume there was a private purchase worked out after that. She's coming into this race in good form. A maiden win at 1 1/16. Last time out, she pressed the pace, she attacked on the turn, and she just couldn't get it done in a pretty decent field. That runner-up came back to run third with an 89, then won the Honey Rider Stakes at Gulfstream with an 83. You're right, I think she can be closer to the pace in here, and how many times have we seen it? East Coast-based turf horses, whether they're male or female or 3-year-olds or older, they ship west and they do well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you say, the fact that Pratt takes the mount here, I think that's a positive. When he and Drysdale team up, you can see down in the bottom right-hand corner, the jockey trainer splits. They usually do very, very well. My only sort of question with this filly is, does she have the ability to sit off of a target and win? Because the only win to date, 2 starts back, gate to wire, with soft fractions being set or soft pace ratings. I'm just a little bit curious about her versatility and her ability to adapt to a different situation.
Dr. Weissong's going to be a big price. Her only win came in a stake-bred maiden sprinting on the dirt. I am concerned about this distance. I am concerned as she faces open company for the first time that she might not class up. But one of the horses she finished ahead of last time out in that turf stake at Golden Gate did return to win with a 75 buyer.
To this point, I think she's a little bit slow, also a little bit class compromised. We'll find out if she can handle the hike. The only good news is if she can't do it, you know that you always have those Calbred races to drop back into.
Let's take a look at our top selections for this year's Grade 3 Honeymoon Stakes. And you're going to go with one of those fresh faces, taking on stakes horses for the first time, the number 2 Overemphasize. I know that this is the kind of angle you like. Third start of the form cycle, pairing up buyer tops, and that Timeform US pace projector puts her in a lovely spot in a pace-tracking, ground-saving position.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, paired up those buyer tops of 78. Those also are the only 2 races on turf for her thus far. I go back to that most recent run the first time against Winners. I thought it was a really solid effort. She was down on the inside. It wasn't a bad trip by any stretch, but I don't know that it was necessarily the most comfortable. I like the way that she finished in there. Highest last out raw time form rating in the field with a 104. And as I made mention, if I'm not convinced about the other girls, the girls that have run against each other thus far, give me a fresh face for a good trainer, Michael McCarthy. I'll go with Overemphasize.
That's a very good point about the last race. While she sat the pocket, it looked like Alonso wanted to get out, turning into the stretch, and he was kind of stymied for a bit and tried to then shoot up the rail. And, you know, some of these lightly raced 3-year-old fillies just don't like going through those tight spots. She ran well, and Colonial Creed ran a lot better than some people expected in her next start when she came back to run third in the Summertime Oaks on dirt with a 78 buyer. You're going with Overemphasize. I am certainly using Overemphasize in multiple race wagers. I'm hoping Hostess gets a little bit of pace. I know she likes the 9 furlongs. I like that Drayden Van Dyke is back aboard. I'm going 8, 6, 2, and 3. I'll probably use the 8, the 6, and the 2 in multiple race wagers. Give me numbers.
Yeah, we've got the same 4 horses, just different matchup there. I went 2, 6, 8, 3.
Good race. The Grade 3 Honeymoon, one of 2 graded events at Santa Anita on Saturday. Bet them both with a DRF Bets account. Deposit 100, bet with 250. Learn more at bets.drf.com. Approximate post time for the Honeymoon, 4 o'clock Pacific. Best of luck.